Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome to Thriftmas, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about my experience with Poshmark's promoted closet. Alright you guys, yes, today I am going to be talking all about my personal experience with Poshmark's promoted closet, which they rolled out earlier this year. I'm not sure the exact date it became available for some people. I know that it was not available to me personally until the very end of July. And I was really curious about the promoted closet. I wasn't sure if it would hurt my business because people would be spending a lot of money on promotions. And of course, I was also curious to see if I tried it out for myself, if it would make my own business a lot easier, if I would be able to save time, because like many of you who watch me, I am a part-time reseller. So really, if there's ever any opportunity that I hear about that can just make my life a little bit easier, I'm always interested in learning about more. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say the promoted closet through Poshmark, it is a really simple service. You just pay a little bit of money and your items are pushed to the top of the feed. A lot of people were really annoyed by this. It seemed like a cash grab for Poshmark. And of course, people were worried that if you did not sign up for the promoted closet, if you did not pay that extra money, then your sales would tank. So as I said, I was not one of the first people who were given the opportunity to use the promoted closet. I think maybe even as early as spring, or maybe even a little bit before that of this year of 2023, people were using the promoted closet. However, over the summer, I felt like I put a very normal amount of effort into my Poshmark closet, and I had a few months of great sales. So I know other people were using the promoted closet, but I was not yet. But with all that being said, I was certainly interested in giving it a try. So on July 20th, that was the first day that I was given the chance to use the promoted closet feature. I signed up. I think I did get maybe a month for free, actually. I might have gotten like half of July and half of August for free. And then when it came time to choose my budget, because you can choose how much you are willing to spend every week on the promotions, I chose pretty much the smallest amount you can do. It does say that you can make a custom budget, so I guess you could do literally like $5 a week. However, on their little price range thing, they do have 30 at the smallest. So I did just go ahead and choose 30. They do say for my closet size, which currently is sitting at about 1,100 items, they're saying that I should be spending $70 per week to have like the optimal performance. And maybe I will try this one time. Maybe I'll do 1 week for $70 and see if I just have like my best week of sales ever. But that just seems like a whole heck of a lot of money to spend just on promotions. So yes, ever since, let's say the beginning of August, I have been spending $30 a week on promotions. But thankfully they do give you all the data in a very clear way right up front. So that way you can see if having the promoted closet is making sense for you and your business. And they give you the option to look at the data from the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and year to date. So I'm just gonna look at year to date. So this says that I've had 300,802 total views on my promoted listings. I've had 7,972 clicks. I've had 106 listings sold. The sales, which is the total dollar amount for my promoted listings sold, has been $2,323. I've spent $488. They're saying that the average return on ad spent is 4.8 times what I've spent. The average cost per click is 6 cents. The average click-through rate is 2.65%, and the average conversion rate is 1.33%. And you can see, looking at this graph, this is looking from July 20th to current day. When I first started using the promoted closet, I was making a lot more impressions, sales, etc., and it's kind of decreased. You'll see some flat lines down there. That is when I had my closet on vacation mode. So of course my listings weren't being promoted if I was on vacation mode. And then they do have the listings sold from the last 7 days at the bottom. Kind of annoyingly, you can only see them from the last 7 days. I really wish I could just look at all the listings that have been sold overall. However, I do look at this page pretty often, I would say about once a week or even more. And the thing that I have noticed with the items that are selling are that they are selling for very good prices. They're selling for full price sometimes. They're selling for very nearly full price, very reasonable offers. So that is a very large benefit that I have seen from using this promoted closet feature. I think these people are coming just kind of from general Google searching. I don't think they're people that are necessarily very active on Poshmark, because I think all of us who are familiar with Poshmark know it really is not the smartest move to just buy something straight out, because everybody who is a serious seller is willing to take less than what they have the item listed for. The platform is set up for bargaining, and yeah, even if an item is priced quite low, you can usually get at least $1 or $2 more off of that. So that has certainly been the biggest benefit that I've seen, these higher price sales. And according to this data, I've spent $488 to make $2,323. So it's not like I've lost money or anything like that. And this was not intentional by any means, but this has been a little bit of an experiment, because this last season, this whole fall season, I have put the least effort into my Poshmark closet that I have in the 3 years that I've been selling. I'm someone who, I think just throughout my life, I will sell more at certain times and less at other times, depending on life events. As I said, this is part-time for me. Sometimes other things are just a priority, and that's how this last season has been. I've definitely relied on the Posher VA service to do a lot of relisting for me, to do all my sharing for me, of course. So if you do not use that service and you are a Poshmark seller and you have a bigger closet than like 50 to 100 items, I would highly recommend using Posher VA. It can be hard for me to invest in things like Posher VA or the promoted closet because you do have to spend money, but I think in both of these cases, you are spending money to make money. But all that to say, I have done little listing during this season. I've really relied on these computers, on these bots. And my sales are certainly not as good as they were in the summer, but they're not that much worse. And that is even having weeks that I did have my closet on vacation mode. So for putting basically no effort into my closet, I am happy with how much I've made. So I just wanted to add something. I have sold about 350 listings since I started using the promoted closet feature. And as I said earlier, 106 of those, about 350 sales, came from the promotion. But that's just my experience with this promoted closet feature. I think I actually am going to stop using it for a little bit, because after a bit of a break from Poshmark, I am ready to get back into it, put a lot of new listings out there during this month and of course during the next few months. I feel like winter is always a very good season for me and my Poshmark closet, just because there's not a lot else going on. So hopefully the fact that I will not be using the promoted closet feature anymore will not tank my sales, and if they do, I will have to go right back to it. I am making money from the feature, so I'm not mad that I've spent almost $500 on it, but I am just curious to see what my sales are like if I stop using it. But I did want to ask you guys what your experience with the promoted closet has been, so I'll share some quotes from you all. So Jen said, "I do it. I make enough sales with it to justify it. I do move some older items with it. It's not life-changing and not a must-have, but for me, it's been worth it." I like that. I feel like I definitely agree with it. But Amanda Pruitt, on the other hand, said, "Yes, they gave me a free trial and my sales plummeted. I won't ever do it again." So that's super interesting. Definitely let me know if that's what happened to you. If you did this free trial, stop doing it, and then your sales plummeted, because that's what I'm very afraid is going to happen to me. Ever since I've had the free trial, I've just been using it. I never did have a break. Kathy said, "I do it. No idea why, since sales are so bad lately. I cap out at $29 maximum. I stopped for a few days. Sales got worse. Bad to nothing. I'm afraid to stop now." So yeah, that's absolutely my fear. I really hope I didn't screw myself over. But in general, I think just sales are down for everybody, whether you are using any of these bots or not. For one, it's the holiday season right now. I feel like fall and like December are usually very slow months for me anyway. And just with the current state of the economy and the increased price of shipping on Poshmark, I just think people are not as willing to make a random purchase as they were a couple of years ago. And then finally, Belle's Bottom, so maybe Belle, they said, "So not worth it. I tried it for the free trial and then 2 additional weeks at $20 a week." So those are all the comments, largely not positive, but I would love to hear more about what your experience has been if you were not somebody that commented. As I said earlier, the biggest benefit was lack of effort and having more higher price / full price sales. But I will certainly give you guys maybe a 3-month update. Maybe I will stop using Promoted Closet today and we'll check back in 3 months and see if my sales have fallen even worse than they are now. But I hope you are enjoying Thriftmas so far. I have a lot of different content planned for you this month. So if you're not yet, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. And if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up because it really does help my channel out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.